What is the hottest thing you guys want people using on Beets right now?
I would still argue that the staked Sonic, staked S is like the flagship product. It's the easiest product to use. It's just a liquid staked S. You take your S, you stake it with us, you get the STS back, which you then can either just keep in your wallet for the 4.3 APR a year, or you basically use it in many DeFi strategies. There you can go from like whatever your risk appetite is, right? Then of course like our DEX, the balancer fork, with like all its different pool types. It's actually the newest. Is it the newest edition? It might be the second newest. It's the reCLAMMs. So if you quickly hit on filters there, and then it's under pool types, the reCLAMMs exactly. These are basically concentrated liquidity pools. If you just hit the first one, or any actually. So basically they're trading within a range and they shift automatically. So they're concentrated right now between 5.6 cents and 10 cents. And you can actually right now see that's in the orange part of the range, which actually means it's shifting at the moment. So whenever the price of the pool hits that orange range, like the margin of the range, it will start to shift into that direction. So the minimum price will get lower, the maximum price will get lower, all the way until it's back into like the green range. And what's interesting about it is that you basically get the pros and cons of concentrated liquidity. There's still a lot of IL in these pools, I'm not going to lie, with it like it is with any concentrated liquidity pool. But what's really cool about them is that you don't have like the pain to manage your position. It's really, it's a fungible LP token in the end that you get like any other balancer pool. And we've been actually doing quite a bit of research on these pools, quite a bit of analysis on these pools. We're still like continuously analyzing these, both for like fee performance, but also for LP performance. And we could actually show both like the two big pools, the SUSDC and ECUSDC pool, are actually perform better for the LP versus HODL. When you have S, it's actually worth more if you put it in that pool. Although it's a concentrated liquidity pool, you earn more in the LP than you would just holding the S, which I think is a great goal to achieve with an LP, because making money while LPing is not easy. People think they make money, but oftentimes they actually lose money. We have been like adjusting these ranges, the margins, the shifting rate, to kind of account for, like, to optimize LP profitability. And we can show that these are actually profitable, which I think is great.
You're saying it's more profitable, so is that accounting for impermanent loss?
Yes.
Like, that's crazy. So how does that work? Is it just the method with which it rebalances?
Exactly. It's two things. It's basically that the range is rather big. It's not like super concentrated, so you don't eat as much of IL.
So just to point out, this is a range of like 3 cents, just about. It is quite large.
But it's still enough to actually make you money with just the trading fees and, of course, the incentives on top. And it's not losing that much money while rebalancing, because you would do the same thing while manual. In your manual CL pool, whenever you rebalance that thing, you eat your IL, right? And the way this rebalances, and because it's quite wide and margins are quite narrow, and also the speed at which it shifts is quite slow, this makes it profitable for the LP.
These do deserve a lot more love then, because like if you're kind of not guaranteeing, I don't want to say that, because there is risk associated with these things.
Of course.
Always.
Days like October 10th. I mean, this is probably when you get wrecked in any LP, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, that's just crazy. There is, of course, risk associated with it. But basically, the analysis we did you can almost choose any time frame, since we did like all the optimizations with range and shift rate and whatnot, that it works out pretty well.
So it's kind of like banking on the fact of like average volatility. In times of
Yes.
average volatility between these assets, you're going to be profitable. I've done concentrated liquidity. I've done regular LPing. It is really, really hard, dude, to make to make money consistently. And what are the incentives playing into the profitability of this at all, or is it?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, it's including the incentives. But when you check the pool, it's not that much. Like a good chunk of the fees you earn comes from the swap fees.
Yeah, very cool. So we're kind of looking that ensures a little bit more consistent performance over time.
If you hover over these stars next to the APR, you can actually see what you get from where, and you can see there's actually currently, of course, Sonic is moving in price, hence there is a bit more fees. But yeah, it's actually double the amount of profit you take at the moment is from fees.
So that's our call to action for this episode, dude. Is anyone out there, go to Beets and check out. Here's what you do: you go to Beets, you go to pools, you go to filter, you go to reCLAMM, and then you just go to town, dude. You just go crazy on these. Find any pair you like. So these are for people, wanting to make a little bit more consistent returns, maybe a little bit in periods of a little bit less volatility. I love saying reCLAMMs on
So
Beets here.
I think the full name was Readjusting Concentrated Liquidity AMM. I think this is what reCLAMM stands for.
Come on. Yo, this that spooky shit. That real, that's right. That GM Sonic shit. Hey yo, Mr. Clean. Shout out to Dracula Presley. Corvus.